Hey everyone, I was asked to show how my Midwest cage is put together with a little cubby, not a cubby, a kitchen on top. So I just cleaned it out. I'm not quite 100% done. I don't have the fleece on the top yet. But as you can see, it's just a regular Midwest cage, except that, as you can tell, this is really a lot higher. And the reason why is because down here, right here, I don't know if you can see it, this little hooks right here is actually a piece of shelving grid like this that came from a store display that just happens to be the exact right length to go across the cage. So I'm going to demonstrate up here on the top how it works, and it just fits perfect across the cage. So what I've done is I've put one of those right down here at this level, and then I have this metal tray that was actually part of a rat cage, which I want to replace probably with a plastic one, or maybe with Coroplast, because I need that back for the rat cage at some point. But I did that, and so underneath here, so this whole bottom section right here is a hidey hole where they can go and hang out. I'm going to take this back off. So that just shows this grid is what I have underneath this tray here. I'm going to take that back off. And so obviously I needed to make a ramp, and what I did is I took the cover that was on it, it's like this, and I took it apart, and I took two pieces of them and I just sort of clipped them together to make a ramp, and I covered them with a piece of cardboard and then a towel. And they sit, there's a little ledge here. I thought I had a light. I do, hang on. There's a little ledge there left over because the wire grid, the stainless steel grid, hang on just a second, wrong button. The stainless steel grid is actually wider than the steel tray. So there's this lip that's about, a good 1.5 inches wide that the ramp sits on. And so I have a brick at the end to keep it from sliding. And the piggies run up here and go over the ramp that came with it, which I hate that stuff. I'm going to recover it with something. And up here to the top, which is where I have their kitchen. That's where I put their food and their hay. And the nice thing about it is that tray just lifts right out. I'll show you. It just lifts right out like that. There you can see the space underneath it, I think. So everything that's underneath there is the room. So that whole area there becomes a hidey house for them underneath that grid. But what I do, since I have hay up here, it doesn't go down below. So every day I pull that tray out, and then I sweep up all the poops from below, and I empty the tray. I had a problem with flies because of leftover food, so the way I deal with that is I empty it every day, and pick up all the hay that's, that they've spoiled, because they do spoil the hay up top much more. Hang on, I'm gonna try and do this with one hand. I don't know if I can do it. Yes, I can. I'm not left-handed. They spoil the hay up here is where they tend to go most of the time. Where did I go? Oh, their toys in the way. I was like, what's going on? This tray fits perfect up here. Sorry, the toy over here that they chew on and has a dough on it goes in the way. So I empty that out every single day. And then I change the fleece on the bottom, like, I have a towel under it. So right now I do it like twice a week. I'm going to make some pads with the U-Haul pads so that I probably can only do that once a week. But that's how I ended up increasing their area. Some people count it, some people don't. But this is the cage itself. The Midwest cage is 7.5 square feet. And by adding this tray, if you count it or not, it's up to you, but I tend to count it. That adds another 3 square feet. The reason I count it is because they have this really nice hidey underneath, which is where they like to sleep. So I don't know, maybe you divide that in half if you count it, but I do. The other nice thing about the way I have this set up over here is this is my couch where I sit, and I can open this and reach right in while I'm sitting there watching TV and give some pets to my boys. So that's their cage, and I will try and post a picture of them inside of there now that it's clean. Thanks. Bye.